Hi everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I'm here to do my January layout share. So you're only going to be missing one layout. I'm recording this early, so I think it's actually only like the 24th of January. Yeah, only the 24th of January. But it's starting to pile up, so I would like to get these in my albums. And all I'm going to do is just insert the last layout, which is going to be the lift and sketch layout. I'll just put that at the very end so you can see what it looks like. So, and I'm going backwards here, which I don't normally do. I normally start from the very first layout. So maybe I'm gonna play a little trick here. Well, let's see. I'm gonna show you the very first layout I did of the year first, just because I was so excited to get started this year that I think that'd be a fun one to start with. So why don't I go like that? Make sure we're nice and in frame here. I believe we are. This is the first layout I got done for the year. I created it as a scrap lift for a paper issues challenge. A lot of these are paper issues challenge just because I've been inspired by them and have really been on their Facebook group a lot and been playing along. So that it's a scrap lift. And what I did is I redid the layout. If you recognize, I had this photo with this title on a white background paper, and it was very condensed in the middle. So I changed it, and I'm really enjoying the way this one turned out instead. So there's a few clusters here with different embellishments, a little bit of splatter, my journaling, and I added an extra photo, and it's just simply titled, "Mommy, my nap time is over," talking about how as soon as Jackson was awake from his nap, he was ready to, he didn't want to hang out in his crib, he wanted out. And I just really wanted to document that because that was very much his personality as a baby. So there's that. Then this is the one I created for the Trendy Tuesday episode for the 24th. And actually you're gonna have two because I'm gonna have another Trendy Tuesday that will be due on the last Tuesday of the month. And this one was also following a sketch that I found on Paper Issues, along with their challenge, their Roll Their Dice challenge too, where the lady rolls the dice with her two little boys, and it tells you how many photos to use and how long your title should be. So it was 4 photos and a 4-word title. And so I had this Instagram photo that happened to have 4 photos tied in, and I chose my title to say "My Kinda Crazy." And then it's just talking about how I always hope he keeps his silly nature about him because I love that attribute to his personality. I did some stitching. I used some tiny bits of embellishment, adding to the yellow and blue theme I kind of went with there. I had used my Shimmers product, so this is the Foiled Again Dazzlers with my stencil, and then I used my Before Dusk or Before Dawn, whatever it's called, and I used that to sprinkle. I did some watercolors, and I just had a lot of fun with this layout. I was really playing, and it does look a little bit like the sketch, but I more just kind of took little bits of it and then created my own, which is what I do with sketches a lot of time. So I was pretty pleased with the way that turned out though. And notice the white background. I actually don't have a whole lot of starting with white. I'm trying to get out of that trend. So, but I don't think this is too bad. It is white, but there's enough color that I think it lends itself to working really well. And here's a layout that I did. This was for another scrap lift. So this is a scrap lift Sunday on the Paper Issues. And what I loved about it is she had used a little sliver of paper and folded it over. So I kind of took on that, kind of where my photo was placed, and then created the rest of it on my own. And this again is another redo. So I've already scrap lifted this photo and decided to redo it. And I used the exact same journaling, and this is the same photo. I salvaged as much as I could, but just redid it, talking about how much Jackson was going to find comfort in his little fox that we got him as a baby, and how he's gone through 3 of them now, and it doesn't look anything like this beautiful fox. Like, he's torn off the face. It's really funny. It's been his soother. So I just kind of wanted to document that. And I was playing with, one day, just playing with some mixed media and my triangle stamp and stuff. And that's where that came from. That piece of pattern paper just kind of came from there. There's no process video for this. I was just trying to have fun and create that. I was really excited to use up a little brad that had a fox. That was pretty, I'm having a hard time using them. I keep pulling them. I actually have one here. I have a sticker that's a fox, and I kept trying to put it on, but it was distracting from the actual fox, so I took them away, but I did keep that one little one there. This was also for a Trendy Tuesday, and I really love the way this turned out. I took advantage of this awesome hand stitching around the circle that I cut. The only thing I wish is that I had stitched with black, but I'm not going back to fix it whatsoever. It's fine. It does kind of help with the little pops of white that are in my layout. I splattered it with a bunch of different inks, like my mists. I painted the word awaits in the black Dazzlers that I own. Did a tiny bit of layering, and I just love it. I don't even have journaling for this. I was trying to figure out where to put it. I'm kind of thinking about maybe putting it here. I just haven't decided. So this one might stay out just in case I do decide to write some journaling along there. But this layout is actually going to be the opening page to the Story of Us album that I'm creating about Sean and myself. And I just am so pleased with the way this turned out. And I used sequins from like 4 different packs from Spiegel Mom Scraps. So it's a really fun one, and you can see this process video on the Spiegel Mom Scraps YouTube channel. This is another Spiegel Mom Scraps episode of Trendy Tuesday. Again, I haven't finished my journaling. I haven't been in a journaling state of mind, and I had a lot of fun. I put sequins and hearts. I love it. So I did this, and then I used my Dazzlers and my textures to paint 2 of the hearts, and then did some embellishment along the sides, and then my journaling will go here. I just haven't written it. I did some hand stitching in gold and just played. I did change the title. I had titled it something, but then I was like, oh, that's not what I wanted to name this. I wanted to name it this, so I did change it to And Then There Was You, and I love this. I haven't decided if this will go into her album or if it's going to go in our 2016 album. I haven't quite decided, but we'll see. It might be the very first layout for her album as well, because just the way the title works, I think that would be appropriate. This is for the first episode of the Obsessed series. Caddy and I think we're like on season 5. We're done a few collections, but right now we're working with the Dear Lizzie Saturday. Love this collection. It's beautiful. I got to pick these pattern papers. I picked this red, the teal, there's the floral, and there's also a cut apart that I meant to use and didn't. I was going to put something here, so I just need to go back to the cut apart and take advantage of that too. And we also followed a recipe. So we had to use a long title, at least 3 pieces of wood veneer, washi tape, and a frame. So my frame's right here. The long title, as you can see, is here. 1, 2, 3 pieces of wood veneer. And what did I just say? Long title, wood veneer. And the washi tape is right here. Again, I did some stitching, and I just had a lot of fun with this. I did follow a layout from Mercy Tiara that I had found, and I scrap lifted that. So I had a lot of fun, and I really love the way this turned out. And I love, again, this is a redo. Originally this had 3 different photos laid out at the bottom and whatnot, and I instead made it into a little flip pocket, and I really love that. And I love the title. Got the inspiration off of Pinterest, and I shortened it to make it work for me, and it just says, build a life you don't need a vacation from. So there's that. I need to glue these letters down. They're not staying correctly. And then this is for the blog hop for January, and I had so much fun creating this. We were all following the same sketch, and we used the badges that we were given. So it was so much fun to do this. I put sequins all over all the snowflakes. I did a little bit of mixed media with spun sugar. I did a little tiny bit of washi tape here. I hate this. All these little extra pieces that kind of stick up are actually from a doily that I kind of hand cut around to create it. I even used a little more washi here. A few little bits of embellishment here and there, but mostly I thought the sequence really kind of helped decorate it. My journaling, just talking about this was a snow day back in 2014. And mostly, what I love about it the most is I've got another layout done for 2014. I'm so close to being done with that album. So every layout I get done, I'm like, oh, like 5 more to go. So I'm slowly getting through this. And here's another one that's for 2014 and another redo. Most of my layouts I re-scrapped actually. And why I did that was this was on a piece of paper that, like I said, I have been noticing that a lot of my work has been on plain white background, and when I'm flipping through my albums I was finding it very boring to look at. So I wanted to add some pops of color, and so I followed, this is for our lift and sketch, and this was the scrap lift version. Originally it would have been, if I followed it correctly, it would have been like this, and then she had a cluster of photos and whatnot. I really only took the inspiration of how she layered her papers, so that's what I took the inspiration from, and then kind of redid the layout I had originally done in the same format, just with some extra pattern paper and pops of color. So I was really pleased with the way this turned out, and you can check out this process video on my channel. And then finally, this does not have a process video, and it needs some journaling, but I re-scrapped Jackson's first haircut. I made this pretty clear when I originally did the original layout that that was going to happen because I just wasn't happy with the way it was turning out. And so I found a layout on Pinterest to scrap lift, and I loved it. It had all these fun little layers. Put my photos, they were already kind of like this, so my photos were chosen for me. Just replaced my title. I need to just kind of go over it again in white to kind of hide this green that's there. And then added just a couple little flourish and a little heart. It's very, very minimally embellished. I did a tiny bit of mixed media, but I think once I add the journaling, and because this is, I made into fringe, it's busy enough all on its own, and it's got lots of pattern paper, so it doesn't need any more embellishments. And I really do enjoy the way it turned out. Like I said, it's just missing its journaling, which was the theme for January. So there you have it. I think it's a total of, it will, by the end, will be a total of 10 layouts for the month. That's really good for me. And like I said, I will make sure to include the lift and sketch and my last episode of Trendy Tuesday for January as soon as, right after, so you see those as well. And I'll just do another quick flip through. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there will be 11 in total. So thanks everyone so much for watching, and I'll be back in February with another layout share. Bye everyone.